In a small village in the Philippines, where poverty was a daily reality and dreams seemed impossible, a boy would be born who would change the world. His name, Emmanuel Pacquiao, but the world would know him as Manny Pacquiao. This is not just a story about boxing. This is a story about hope, determination, and the power of never giving up. Welcome to the incredible journey of Manny Pacquiao. April 17th, 1979. In the small municipality of Kibawe, Bukidnon, in the heart of Mindanao, Philippines, Emmanuel Pacquiao entered the world. The sixth of 7 children, Manny's early life was marked by extreme poverty. His father, Emmanuel, was a farmer and occasional boxer. His mother, Dionysia, sold bananas and rice cakes to make ends meet. Money was so scarce that Manny often went to school without shoes, wearing only flip-flops made from used tire rubber. Despite the hardships, young Manny found joy in simple pleasures. He would play with balls made from tight cloth, dreaming of one day becoming a real boxer. His natural talent was evident even then, but education was a luxury his family couldn't afford. At just 14 years old, Manny made the difficult decision to drop out of school to help support his family. What happened next would set him on a path that would make history. Manny's boxing journey began in the most unlikely of places, a small gym in General Santos City, where he trained under the guidance of his uncle Sebastian. The conditions were far from ideal, but Manny's determination burned bright. His first amateur fights were in local tournaments, often fighting for small purses of just a few dollars. But each victory brought him closer to his dream. In 1995, at just 16 years old, Manny turned professional. His professional debut was against Lourdes. On March 23, 1995, Manny won by knockout in the 4th round. It was the beginning of something extraordinary. But the road was far from easy. Manny lived in the gym, sleeping on a thin mat, surviving on 1 meal a day. His coach, Bubo Fernandez, would later recall, he had nothing, but he had everything in his heart. As Manny's reputation grew in the Philippines, so did his ambition. He began traveling to different cities, fighting anyone who would accept his challenge. Each fight was a step closer to his ultimate goal. In 1998, the pivotal moment came when Manny traveled to the United States for the first time. The culture shock was immense, but his determination never wavered. December 3, 2001, the fight that changed everything. Against South African champion Lilhano Ladwaba, Manny delivered a performance that would echo through boxing history. He won the IBF Super Featherweight title, becoming a world champion. The world took notice. Pacquiao Mania was born! But this was just the beginning of his legendary career. What followed was a decade of dominance that had never been seen before in boxing. Manny would go on to win world titles in an unprecedented 8 different weight divisions. November 15, 2003, the fight against Marco Antonio Barrera in Las Vegas. In front of 13,000 fans, Manny delivered a masterclass winning by technical knockout. The Mexican legend was defeated. Then came the trilogy with Eric Morales. 3 fights, 3 different outcomes. But one thing remained constant: Manny's incredible ability to adapt and overcome. December 6, 2008, the Golden Boy himself, Hoya, stepped into the ring with the Pac-Man. In front of 1.2 million pay-per-view buys, Manny delivered one of his most complete performances, winning by technical knockout in the 8th round. November 14, 2009, against Miguel Cotto, Manny showed his evolution as a boxer, a tactical masterpiece that ended with Cotto's corner throwing in the towel. But there was one fight that the world had been waiting for. Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated champion, the biggest name in boxing. 4 years, fans had dreamed of this matchup. The negotiations were long and bitter. Millions of dollars in stake, egos on the line, and business interests that seemed impossible to align. But on May 2, 2015, it finally happened. 48 years, 3 months, and 2 days. That's how long it had been since 2 undefeated champions fought for the undisputed welterweight title. The anticipation was unprecedented, though the fight didn't go the way many had hoped, with Mayweather winning by unanimous decision. the impact was undeniable. It became the highest-grossing pay-per-view event in boxing history, generating over $400 million. But Manny's fight wasn't just in the ring. In 2010, he was elected to the Philippine House of Representatives, representing his home province of Sarangani. As a congressman, Manny focused on education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation. He understood the struggles of his people because he had lived them. June 9, 2016, Manny was elected to the Philippine Senate, receiving over 16 million votes, the second highest total in the country's history. In the Senate, he continued his advocacy for the poor and marginalized. From pushing for universal health care to fighting against corruption, Manny proved that his heart for service was as big as his heart for boxing. But politics wasn't his only passion outside the ring. Manny also pursued music, releasing several albums and even tried his hand at basketball, showing that his competitive spirit knew no bounds. September 29, 2021, in Saudi Arabia, against Ugas Manny fought his final professional bout. He lost, his legacy was already secured. The tributes poured in from around the world. Former opponents, world leaders, and millions of fans celebrated a career that transcended sports. 62 professional fights, 60 wins, 39 by knockout, 8 world titles in 8 different weight divisions, the first boxer to win major world titles in 4 different decades. These numbers tell part of the story, but they don't capture the heart of it. Manny Pacquiao's story is more than just a boxing tale. It's a testament to the power of dreams, the strength of the human spirit, and the belief that no matter where you come from, you can achieve greatness. Today, through his foundation and continued public service, Manny continues to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. From the rice fields of Bukidnon to the bright lights of Las Vegas, from the poverty of childhood to the halls of government. Manny Pacquiao didn't just make history, he became a symbol of hope for millions around the world. Manny Pacquiao, from the Philippines to the world. The Pac-Man who changed everything.